Hello everybody, it is NP Gilbertson Mezzature here. We have Beamng Drive version 31 release notes, and we're going to check some gameplay here as well. So of course with the VLT series we have 48 possible frame configurations now. Sounds a little bit more than 12 or 16, something around that area it was before. Several different cabs, including new cab over variants and larger sleepovers for conventional cabs. Walking beam tandem rear suspension. I'm not sure what that does exactly. We'll pop in the game. We'll play around. We'll see. Air brake simulation. So I guess maybe the air brakes actually work like they should be working like air brakes now instead of just normal brakes, which I mean, okay. Added an early model to the lineup with round headlights and no front brakes. Yep, that's definitely an early truck. Extended lengths of rollback cargo box, and flatbed upfits to be more realistic for a Class 8 truck. Thank you. Finally, you're getting into that stuff. That's perfect. Improved fifth wheel with a realistic coupling system and new sliding and tilt lock functions. All right, that's going to make it a little more painful, but I guess we are more unrealistic here with Beamng. Reworked all upfits besides the cement mixture, which is still available under parts and will be returning as a remastered upfit in future updates. So this cement mixer is no longer in there. Darn. Or at least no longer, it's not updated in this one. I should state, I think it's still in there. As part of this remaster, we are also adding, I don't think I can speak for this video today. We're also adding a preview of the physical mirrors currently available only on T-Series. A preview of the physical mirrors. Okay, so that means you can adjust them, etc. How does that work? I'm not sure. Let's see, give this half a second. I mean, that's how that looks. So we got tandems it looks like we can do now, which is beautiful to see. Here's the older style, I'm guessing, with the no front headlights, or no front brakes, round front headlights. And then this is a slightly newer version, it looks like, packed with a whole bunch of storage crates of some sort. Yeah. Very old school. There we go, there's that. Triaxle in the back, I like that. I know, because even the standard freight things, I wonder if they fixed that too with the legs on that. So anyway, we got the container trailer now. So that's, of course, this last one that we were seeing. We can put containers on. Extendable chassis with a scissor wire system and pneumatic locker. So you can customize in real time or in the tuning menu, either or, which is very nice. Ability to attach and detach containers. That's great. I don't like putting stuff on top of vehicles and then having to manually find nodes to link, and just gets me too much of a pain. We got diverse load configurations, a short 20-foot variant and a long 40-foot variant. The short one is fitted with a fifth wheel to pull another trailer behind. Ooh, long 40-foot variant. So we could have 60-foot of trailer technically just combining these two. Allows the transport of containers in 3 different configurations. They got the frameless dump trailer, a 45-foot square box and dump semi-trailer thing. Okay. Available with multiple axles, standard, wide, 2 and 3. Perfect. Fixed wrong location of horn slot on the auto buggy. Okay, did not notice that. Vehicle not working with a GLTF exporter. Okay, not sure. For the Piccolino, of course. Fixed trunk, third brake light. Still emitting light after being broken. I believe that sounds like something I did see, yes. Fixed steering wheel hub misalignment and panoramic roof custom race interior on base. I'm surprised I never really noticed that. But hey, interesting. Fixed rearmost race differential and adjustable rearmost race final drive on the 6-wheel frame not working correctly. So yeah, that's 6-wheel frame updates for Gumball 500 update they did previous, or was it 2 ago? I think it was the previous one if I recall. Fixed capitalization and some configuration descriptions. ATK 800, changed rear suspension geometry and retuned the handling in the ATK 800. I do agree. I've made a lot of my own setups just because a lot of the stock setups don't drive that great. And I get it. I mean, they probably don't have one person whose sole job is to tune every vehicle and make it good, but yeesh, sometimes. Misaligned triggers on the front door handles on the I series. I thought they were a little off, but I was like, I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's the rendering. They're misaligned, so there we go. The ETK K series changed rear suspension geometry and retuned the handling. So that's gonna possibly mess up my one there that I have. I have an 8 K series set up, so I might have to retune that again. Fix the car imploding with certain parts combinations on the Blue Buck. I did not know that was a thing. Late left headlight flare being offset too much, and dually wheels still powered after breaking off. Okay. Gavel Roamer, fixed police radar clipping through windshield on the sheriff config. Okay. Duplicate rear drive shaft slot on the rack flasher. I never noticed that. More GLTF exporter bulk layout. Okay. So new trailer dolly. Fitted equipped with a fifth wheel. Every semi-trailer can be equipped with a pintle hitch. Oh, nice. Which provides the ability of creating long road trains. Yes, that is what I love. Because I know here in Wisconsin where I live, you can't do more than like a single trailer or a double smaller trailer bogey, basically 60-foot area. Is roughness. But like Utah, when I went through there, and Michigan, stuff like that, I know that there's different restrictions. Michigan, especially, I believe they just let it happen. I mean, you got a 200-foot train, and I guess you got a 200-foot train. I'm not sure exactly, but differences like that as well throughout the world. Dry van trailer, reduced trailer and load weights to realistic values. That's good. I was talking about that, like with the Tasty Cola. Load's now using a generic box texture. I also like that they did that orange when you highlight. They had a new length variance, extended 52 feet and compact single axle 28 foot. Okay. Change position of the kingpin plate to prevent the front wall from clipping with cabs of short trucks. Makes sense. Bogey position can now be adjusted in real time. Added new spread axle bogey. Updated the lights and legs. Good to the legs. Hopefully they don't. They actually like retract enough now to where you can like go over a slight bump with the semi and not drag the legs because you got a heavy load. I mean, I don't doubt that's a concern for some truck drivers out there, but it's like I couldn't go over some trailer tracks without issues that way. So let's see. We have added new spread axle. Yep. Updated lights, trailer legs. Beam Industries skin to Fink Industries instead. So they are definitely going with the Fink theme here. Fink theme. Yep. Talking no worky. Added pintle hitch option, reworked suspension, updated the lights, improved the kingpin plate collision, added pintle hitch operation to the tanker trailer. Of course, you're going to see that in every single one of these. Basically, the shipping container rotated by 180 degrees. How? Oh, okay. The actual shipping container itself. I gotcha. Door locks, gooseneck hump at the front half, allowing the container to be loaded onto the container trailer without clipping. Okay. So bring the clipping there. Perfect. And then West Coast. This is the big deal here. Of course, we have some common various stuff. You can take a look at those as well on your own. But what I'm interested in mostly here is the levels. By the way, that's very interesting. I didn't know that you could do that. West Coast, I guess they added another fuel station. As we can see here, this is the old spot by the racetrack, logistics and stuff, and they've changed it to where you can drive through and get through things. Taking a look at the slider in the background, it looks like there's an additional light pole right there. Not there before, now it is. The roof's angled left steep. I don't know if that's a good thing for it, but hey, we are on West Coast, so snow isn't as big of a deal. Dynamic fuel price displays. Okay, so how are they dynamic though? That's what I want to know. Are they just like, I don't know. That's really interesting. Added 20-foot shipping container variants. I mean, I thought so. Improved minimap to display out of bounds areas. Okay. Improved minimap to show where playable area ends. Updated cement batch factory. So a minimap? I'm sorry, a minimap? I did not hear you guys put out a minimap. Wow. Updated the cement batch factory area. That was the one, they don't have a thing here. Okay, so there's old docs, and that's how they redid them. But where, this is interesting. So now this is a spot I've known. They finally completed construction there on the Velasco City Police Department. This is in the West Coast area. Yeah, in the new island they added. I remember this was an empty lot. I was waiting to see what they'd put. Gas station. Here, looks like we got some more stuff going underneath on that dock side to help that out. Fix different bugs in West Coast, East Coast, Rochi, and GridNet V2. Updated different materials. So I think that's just as they update the game, sometimes things break, so they just refix it basically, or things that have been broken from the past version. You can now use vehicle triggers of any vehicle without having to leave the current vehicle. Oh, thank you. So just out of the roleplay aspect, you're pretending to be Joe Blow walking down the street and open somebody else's trunk, you can do that. You don't have to like tab over to the car to open that trunk. We got new missions: portside slide, spear loop, stolen steel, gas runner, gear split climb, and Manji Mountain on the west coast, cafe supplies and automation test track, shipment shunter on industrial, abseiling fuel on Italy, and desert driver on Utah. Mission system changes, change format of the vehicle setup module. Now multiple preset vehicles can be assigned and used as the vehicle selection for challenges. It's more variety, so it isn't so much you try to make a vehicle to match the challenge or something if you wanted to use a different vehicle. Very nice. Updated the barrel's face textures. Of course, we have this thing where they're using these, I think these are for reflections or something. Or maybe, no, I'm getting my mind confused. These are a little, the crate run. I was just talking about all of these. So like the portside slide, spear loop, all these new missions. That's what these are. Little pictures of. Very nice. Very, very nice. And then they've added a whole bunch to career mode, which I'll leave that up here so you may pause for a second if you would like to look at that. Otherwise, I'm going to continue down here. We got a whole bunch of UI fixes. Thank goodness they are starting to do a few things with this. Optimize the vehicle selector UI. It can now open up to 3 times as fast. Thank you. I literally cried about this in Reddit and everywhere else. I have a fast processor now, but at the time I had a 7820X overclocked, etc. Blah blah blah. So it was fairly quick, but still playing Beamng or just going through the UI selector, it is so slow. Even on this new one, it's just so slow. So I'm glad to see they're putting some attention into that. We got crash to desktop in some rare cases when Ceph UI system was initialized earlier than the LUA system. So those are just 2 different CEF UI, I think, is a language for UI systems, and Lua is another type of code language. Vehicle selector menu profiling data not shown during the entire UI load time and logs. I'm not sure. Fixed the vehicle config parts menu incorrectly showing empty fields when simplified vehicles were spawned. That makes sense. Fix the vehicle config parts menu never displaying auxiliary contents regardless of the checkbox if it was located at the top level of the parts tree. Updated the game credits. Updated official translations. Overview map route previews will now be rendered on top of set routes. Okay. Fix the reset button and now reset parts to config loaded in. Okay. Invert individual variables. So it looks like, yep. So individually we can roll these back now. If you change something, and you change something else, and you're like, oh, that first thing's wrong. You don't have to restart the whole tab or try and place the first one back to where it may have been correctly if you remember it correctly. Looks like we also have some dynamic decals, some powertrain, which they got linear actuators, electric motors, can now deal with negative throttle values. Wow. AI and traffic with their improved lane awareness. That might help me with doing my Shuto Expressway here, hopefully. Improved traffic path planning. It will take into consideration the previous path traversed to avoid taking a path which would have been the natural continuation of the previous one. example of getting off and on again on the main road. So that is a great example for you here. That is on the West Coast as you're going to the raceway through the normal entry there and where you can go around. You come off the highway. A lot of AI like to take the right, go up and over, and come back down. And it's also noticed that whenever I use the guidance thingy, I forgot the name of it now, the arrows will go up and around rather than staying on the highway. So hopefully that'll help that a little bit too. Input force feedback, we got some audio sounds. So of course I got a 14.9 liter diesel in there, it sounds like. Muffling is only EQ and volume changes, okay. I got a warning for, yeah, if you got some issues and stuff, which is great. Reduced VRAM usage when using Vulkan by gigabyte, which is great. Performance graph is nice to see. Improve the diagnostic messages. Some VR changes you definitely could take a look at. I don't have VR as of currently to work about, and some more Lua stuff. So yeah, that is everything here. So we're gonna go ahead, put that out of the way for now. Just do that. And of course that was up. That's how I record. Take a quick vape here, but we'll first go free roam. We're gonna pop open West Coast, and we can see we've got a few more areas to go. Logistics here, so that was the new spot where I usually like to actually spawn in that kind of area, but we are just going to go ahead and start on the normal highway. I'm going to go ahead and open this back up here. There we go. All right, now what we're going to go up here and look at these new fuel station locations, etc. First things first, we'll pause this. This is the very first load of the game, so it always does this to me. Not sure why, but it does. And if we open up vehicle selections, it does appear that it was moving a lot faster. This doesn't seem as laggy now to me. And let's go ahead and find the Capital T series, now featured in red. Base manual and automatic, custom manual, non-TC. Turbocharger, bigger turbocharger, so that's where it's interesting. Naming's a little bit interesting, but that's okay. But we definitely do have some different vehicles in here. We have this stretched T83 here. Wow. They did some renaming, etc. Not too big of a deal. Look in the performance tab of this guy. We got 607 horsepower. It seems like it's about the same engine, I would imagine. I don't think they really changed anything. I think there was one engine that was added. This does seem a bit quicker. Seems, I have heard though also where they have other developers have said they've fixed things just to get people's minds to think they fixed things, but I'm playing along here, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead first, start off, just grab my NTK I series here and retrieve my remote. So of course, if we were also to go to the map, all right, apologies about that. We got all these different locations, but what we're looking for is, here we go. So let's start 2 Riverway, all these different spots and things to do here. So this map is crowded now. What's interesting is it put me a waypoint out there. I think we'll head over to this way to set route here. We'll give Port Slide a try. running a little bit better too as well, but I'm not too sure. Ooh, a little too hot. Just a bump. Doesn't seem like I messed anything up though. It's way too hot. I'm gonna hit this right there. Good old Beamng. I think I could already see some of the gas station there on the right. So they talk about how they edited this area a little bit under here. Yep, this used to be empty, barren boringness. So now they've actually got stuff here. Synchronizer damage, even though I'm using my clutch and everything. Guess I'm too quick. Boy. Some good speed bumps there, actually. Alright, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video, and for the missions and everything, I'm going to go ahead and do that a raw game tile. So, we'll go ahead and catch you in the next one.